Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja has launched the county's El Nino preparedness strategy, dubbed the Marshall Plan, with safety at the top of the agenda. Sakaja revealed that the county had identified 600 buildings in Nairobi that do not meet safety standards and now plans to relocate their occupants to avert deaths in case they collapse. Poor workmanship and impunity have been blamed for frequent cases of collapsed buildings in Nairobi.
Some people will have to move, from the areas where they're living, especially in the informal settlements. But we don't want to move them too early, in anticipation of something, because we don't have alternative accommodation for them. But as we monitor, when it gets close to that very heavy rainfall, we'll move them either to churches, we'll move them to our halls.
Nairobi residents living in flood-prone areas will also be moved to safer ground in a bid to prevent loss of life and property.
Some people will have to move, from the areas where they're living, especially in the informal settlements. But we don't want to move them too early, in anticipation of something, because we don't have alternative accommodation for them. But as we monitor, when it gets close to that very heavy rainfall, we'll move them either to churches, we'll move them to our halls.
Owners of buildings constructed on waterways have also been put on notice, with the governor promising to demolish them to ease drainage.
I have instructed the ward admins and sub-county admins and inspectorate team not to have any negotiations with them, to issue enforcement notices immediately, and by Friday to have removed all of those structures.
Sakaja has officially recruited 2,500 youths for the Green Nairobi team, which will unclog the county's drainage system and raise awareness on proper waste disposal.
These young people who we've gotten will be cleaning, we'll put skips in the right places in our markets, and we'll give Nairobians a schedule of when to bring out their garbage for it to be collected.
The same level of preparedness is going on in Mombasa County.
Ukikumbuka wakati uliopita hapa kwa kumejaa sana kwa sababu kuna mto. So tumeweza kuassess na maengineer wakatoa wasia wao, wakasema lazima hizi ziweze kuwa expanded. Sasa wana zimekuwa expanded na maji hapa sasa yatapita vizuri na kuna mikakati mingi.
The Kenya Red Cross on its part says plans are also underway to establish a 24-hour call center to respond to emergencies countrywide.
Employing about 3,500.
In July, the Kenya Meteorological Department predicted that various parts of the country will experience heavy rains from October to December. Scientists have compared the impending rains to the 1997 El Nino, which claimed over 2,000 lives, with about 300 drowning in Kenya, wiped out millions of livestock and displaced thousands of people. As the county government of Nairobi embarks on implementing its El Nino preparedness plan, Nairobi residents have been urged to cooperate with the county government and ensure proper waste disposal to ensure unobstructed drainage of rainwater. Other county governments have also been urged to implement early preparedness measures to prevent the loss of property and life. Muriel Adhiambo, K24, Nairobi.